Is going to be a kind of unique video here. I want to show you what I call a really fun way to practice guitar solos, and more importantly, you're going to be making up your guitar solos throughout this little lesson here. What I'm doing here, I want to explain this to you first before we get into it, and I'll show you a few things that you can integrate, that you can start practicing right now. What I'm basically doing is I'm playing just a short rhythm. So what I had there, I was in the key of E minor, just playing an E power chord, C, and then a D, and then I would play a lead lick, just a lead pattern. I would make it up, okay, after playing that rhythm part. And I would try my best to kind of match the timing and cadence. I'm not playing to a drum track or click track or anything like that, although that's not a bad idea to integrate with what we're going to go through here. This is really just for those times where you just want to have some fun with your guitar solos. You're not too sure what to play, so making up just a simple 3 to 4 chord progression there, and then just playing some kind of solo, making something up that goes along with it. It's just a fun way to practice, and I think this will help you expand. I'm going to start by just playing that pattern that I started with in the beginning of the video that you heard here. So all I'm doing is playing an E power chord followed by a C and a D. Okay, so this right here. Okay, that's it. That is it. E, C, D. And it doesn't really matter what cadence you play. Just try to stick with the same cadence throughout this for both the rhythm and the lead here. But again, I'm just doing this. And you can add some palm mutes and do some different things with that, like... I think that's what I played in the beginning, but just keep it simple, just E, C, D. Now, with the same vibe and kind of the same timing, try to stick with that. We're going to just play a little lead lick, okay, right after that. So here's the thing about this little exercise here that I'm going to take you through, and we're going to do something not in the key of E minor in a second here. I'm just choosing that key because it's very common, that E and that C and D. That's just a very common progression. It's super fun to jam to. What you would do is just kind of figure out some notes that fit in that progression there. So I'm just going to play something very simple for this example here, okay? And sorry, I do not have tabs for any of this. I am literally making this up as I go. That's the whole point of this exercise. This is the fun part. It's not about learning, okay, what did Jason just play? Don't worry about what I played. Focus on what you're going to play. I could get deeper into, well, how do I know the notes that fit with all that? I will say this exercise is for you folks that are probably at more of an intermediate level. Even if you're just a rhythm player, understand this, that a lot of people say, well, I'm just a rhythm guitar player. I never really jumped into leads, or I tried it. I don't believe that, guys. I think everybody can play lead guitar, and this is a good way to kind of break out of that box. So the beauty of this exercise, the beauty of this fun way of playing guitar solos is that you're going to know if something doesn't fit. Okay, so let me play something crappy here. I'm just going to make up something. I'm going to hit a wrong note. We know that didn't sound right, okay? Forget about what frets I just played. Don't worry about that. Just hear, listen, learn to use your ears when you're playing. Okay, well, yeah, that didn't quite sound right. So maybe go down here where you're playing that pattern and maybe figure out what notes are going to fit so you kind of know where to go. So okay, something simple like that to start with, that's going to help just get you past where you're at right now and kind of get you to that next level. Start out with the E power chord, C, D, that's just 3 simple chords, and let's just mess around with this a little bit more, okay? Real simple. And you notice when I went to the tapping part, I kind of messed up a little bit. It had some string noise. That's the beauty of this exercise. You're not going to play perfect every time, but as you get used to this, flopping back and forth between the rhythm part and then the little lead patterns that you're figuring out. Again, this is something that I want you to figure out. I want you to figure this out on your own. Don't worry about trying to look at someone's tabs. Tabs are great. You guys know I offer tabs and backing tracks in all of my guitar courses. Shameless plug, links are in the description for those. My Metal Guitar Apprentice for Beginners course, and I've got the Metal Riff Master, which actually that focuses on riffs, but I also have a lead guitar module as a bonus module in that. So links are in the description. Again, quick shameless plug there. And thank you for those of you who have purchased my courses and appreciate your feedback on that. But back to the lesson here, you know, this is all about just listening to the pattern you're playing and then figuring out what fits that, what feels good with that, what sounds good with that. You will mess up several times, okay? Just kind of slow it down like we did just a second ago. Remember, just kind of... Okay, just something simple like that. That gets you started. Then you're like, okay, well, these notes work. What can I do next? Okay, we just added a little bit more flavor to it. Speaking of flavor, I'm getting ready to go eat some breakfast soon here, so I better wrap this up. But before we do that, I want to show you just one more pattern, because this time, and this is getting, I don't want to say more advanced, but if you're kind of just starting out and we're used to playing in those familiar keys like E minor, E, C, D, that's pretty easy. But what if we go to a different key, okay? Well, let's say, I happen to love the key of C sharp minor, just really just, you know. The way I'm playing that real quick, and I just want to show you this real quick, is the A and the A and D strings. That's 2, 4, G string 4, and then 0, 0. The last 2 strings are open. Anyway, I use that a lot when I'm playing my acoustic gigs. I transpose a lot of songs to that key because it's right in my vocal range there. But anyway, that's just a side note. So I'm going to just play kind of a similar pattern, right? And I encourage you to switch up the patterns from time to time as well. Don't play the same thing over and over. Play something different. Maybe add a 4th chord. Maybe reverse that pattern, right? Back to the C sharp minor, okay? I want to play this right here. I screwed up. Oh man, and I'm not editing this out. So I went down here and I actually played a note that really doesn't fit in that key at all, right? Okay, that note fits. What am I on? I'm on the B string, the 14th fret, but this, that does not fit at all. Now what would have fit? Now, as you can see and hear, and I love that I'm sharing this with you. I like to kind of, I like to share my mistakes with you guys too. A lot of people, they will only put their best out there. They'll record a guitar solo 120 times till they nail it perfectly. Then they'll show it to you, right, on YouTube or whatever. And that's okay, that's fine. You want to put your best out there, especially if you're recording something that's going to be out there to the masses. But I don't know, I'd like to share my mistakes. You could tell, the reason I'm telling you this is because you could tell I was not quite as comfortable playing those solos to that key. Now I play this key a lot in acoustic with my live acoustic gigs, which I've been giving you guys a lot of content on that, but you can tell that I'm not quite as comfortable playing lead to that down here, right? And again, that's just because I don't practice that a lot on electric guitar. Playing chords on acoustic's one thing, so I am probably going to start practicing what I preach, like the Testament song, like the Testament album. I think I picked that tape up right after picking up Master of Puppets and Injustice for All. I was like, man, as soon as Practice What You Preach came on, I'm like, oh, this is it. Anyway, a lot of side notes today. Because, you guys, this is just a fun, again, this is just a really fun way to practice your solos. But going back to that, though, you know, I need to practice what I preach, and I'm telling you guys to practice this in different keys. And here I am switching keys on you, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This is a little bit unfamiliar territory for me because I don't write a lot of electric songs in that key, right? So that just proves the point that this exercise can be really good at just making stuff up and getting used to playing in those different keys. So guys, I want you to practice this. Just do an easy 3-chord progression there. If you want to start with the E minor C D, you can do that. If you want to go ahead and try that C sharp minor key, I'm playing a C sharp, then an A power chord followed by a B power chord, or if you want to play that in key of B minor, go B, G, A or something like that, whatever, doesn't matter, and just play that pattern, and then in that same time structure there, just play a couple of licks. It doesn't have to be a lot of notes. A lot of people confuse, you know, great guitar playing with just a ton of notes. That's awesome, but some of the most memorable solos only have a few notes, right? They'll milk those notes, and it's just the feeling they put behind it. Now, of course, when you can combine the two, that's even better. You know, you combine those notes with feeling with a little bit of shred in there, and that's awesome. But again, I say that to just tell you not to overthink the process. And don't try to be a shred master at first. Get used to this. You will get faster at it. You will get better at it. Let's go back to a familiar key. Okay, so the more you do this, the more you will learn what notes, as you're playing those guitar solos, what notes fit that progression, and you'll be able to just kind of whip those out. Now again, after I make this video and after I eat my breakfast, it's still early, but I'm going to go back and I'm going to start, practicing some lead patterns in the key of C sharp minor. So maybe next video, or when I do another video like this, I might be a little bit better at that. But guys, I hope this video helps you. Please feel free to leave me any questions or comments. And sorry, I'm not putting up any kind of tabs again. This video was unedited. I just whipped this out. I actually got this idea last night. I put the intro video that you saw to this one, the intro part, I had put it out there on my Facebook and Instagram because I just wanted to put some content out there. So I just recorded myself in the studio here. That was a direct recording. What you're hearing now, obviously, I'm just kind of playing out in the open here. But that was a direct recording. I'm like, this would be a really good lesson to put out there, so I decided to make this for you. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. And hey, if you want to practice this, play 3 or 4 chords and play a lead pattern to go with it. And if you're on my Instagram, feel free to put your video out there and just tag Jason Stallworth at Jason Stallworth, and I'll give you a like for sure if I see my tag out there. So try that out, and hey, put this into your practice regimen. I really think it will help you. Real quick, guys, again, don't forget to check the links in the description of this video. There are links to my guitar courses out there. A huge thank you to everyone who has purchased those. I know I've gotten a lot of great feedback from both my beginner course, Metal Guitar Apprentice, and Metal Riff Master, of course, which really helps you take those riffs to that next level. And again, a couple of months ago, I had actually upgraded that course, Metal Riff Master, with a lead module, with a lead guitar bonus module. So that's out there now as well. You guys who had already bought the course, of course, you got the upgrade at no additional cost. But yeah, those links are in the description. And guys, thank you once again for all the supporting my channel here. I appreciate it. I love hanging out with you guys on YouTube here. It's a lot of fun doing these videos. And again, my whole goal here is just to give you guys value and give you practical things that you can use to practice and to get better and to expand. Okay, I want you guys to really work on expanding outside of your comfort zone. Again, going back to that C sharp minor, even though I play that key a lot in my acoustic gigs, I don't play it much on electric. So I got out of my comfort zone right here on video with you to show you a real life example. And I'm going to get back to practicing that, by the way. So again, guys, thank you so much. Please give this video a like and make sure you're subscribed. Guys, until the next video, you know what to do. Keep it metal.